Okay, so in this video what we are doing, like we are adding a UV mapping to this particular object. Okay, so you can see this object. Let me go to solid viewport shading. You can see it here. Okay, and if I go to wireframe, you can see there is some cuts and all. So this particular object we are adding the UV mapping. Okay, so before starting the work, what I will do, let me check is there any default or any UV mapping is added to this one. How to check that? So I'm selecting the object, I'm going to data. Okay, then on UV maps you can check it. Now these two, you can see UV maps, there is no UV map added. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to edit UV editing tab. Okay, so now if you see I'm selecting any part here, so you couldn't see anything here because there is no UV map data here. Okay, UV map is not at all added. That's why if I select all, you can see nothing is added. Okay, in order to have any texture for this one, what I'm doing, let me go to edit mode only, I mean object mode. Okay, after that let me add one material to this one so that I can see some texture on this one. So I'm going to material. Okay, let me add new material, and instead of base color, what I will do, I will add image texture. Okay, now I don't want to add any image file from my file manager. Instead I will create a new one. Okay, and generator type I will take UV grid instead of blank. Now UV grid I took and hit OK. So now you can see there is it is not showing at all. Okay, and you can see I'm in material viewport shading also, but nothing is showing because the UV mapping is not added. Okay, mapping is not added. Now this is done. Okay, if I want I can change the material name also. Let me give matte one. Okay, and if I want I can give the name to this image also. So let me give grid. Okay, like that. Now if I want any UV mapping to this one, what I can do, see I just opened the UV editing here. Okay, and I will go back to edit mode. Okay, and I will select all. So that is important, like selecting all, and you can unwrap it. So how to unwrap? Either you can select U. Okay, if you hit U on your keyboard, then it will show UV mapping and unwrap here, or else at the top you can click UV and unwrap you can do. Okay, I just did that UV unwrap, but you can see there is some issue with the UV mapping things. So the top you can see everything is messed totally, and you can see here like in few places the what is that, these are not correct, the grid are not correct, somewhere it is stretched too much and it is like compressed somewhere. So in that way, so what we have to do, we have to make it proper. Yeah, by having these UV map we cannot do anything. Okay, so we need proper UV mapping. So in order to have proper mapping, we should add proper marking. Okay, so you can think of, see, this is actually a three-dimensional object. Okay, so in three-dimensional object your entire like texture is mapped here. So if I cut, okay, if I give some mark here, or if I cut this one, how exactly I can like cut this one and I can map it, that you can think of. Okay, let me show you how to do here. The same way you can follow in your projects and all. Okay, let me try to add some marks. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to edge selection mode. So you can see all the edges are visible here. Let me select one edge here. Okay, and if I click control and if you click the bottom one, then it will select all the edges here, the related edges it is selecting. Okay. After this particular thing, what we have to do, we have to give proper marking in a sense, we have to cut this map. Okay, so how to do that? For that we are using mark seam. Okay, so we should cut this entire whatever binded cover, we have to cut it. So how to add that mark seam, I will show you different way you can add it. Either you can go to like UV, there you can see mark seam, or else you can go to edge selection, there you can see mark seam, or else you can do right click. Okay, there you will see mark seam. Many ways you can do it. So what I will do, let me right click and I will hit mark seam. Now you can see that red line is came. Red line is came means it is like it is having one cut. Okay, so entire like whatever wrapped thing is there, no, this grid wrap, so it is right now it has one cut. Now you can unbind, like you can have one cover. Okay, you can take it from here. This is the cut actually. Okay, now what I will do, this is done. Let me take the top portion. Okay, I will select this particular edge and let me click Alt and I will select this one, so that it will select. So Alt means it will select all the common one. Okay, so it is selected all and right click, mark seam. Now what happened, there is one more cut I got. The top one is a separate cut. This is one more cut, the below one. Okay, same way what I will do, I will go to the bottom side. I will select this one and hit Alt, so that it will select all the edges. Now right click, mark seam. So here also I added the mark seam. Okay, same way if I want I can add a top also. Let me unwrap right now. I'm not doing anything at the top level, but let me do unwrap here right now. Okay, we'll check what will happen. So let me select all and hit U. Okay, then unwrap. Now you can see the top one and here it is almost correct, no? The bottom also it is correct, so everything is proper right now. Okay, but the issue is the top portion, this portion has some issue. Okay, you can see it is like some issue here. Okay, the mapping is not good here. So in order to have here also proper thing, what you can do, you can give mark here also. Let me select this edge. Okay, hit Alt and I will select the bottom one, right click. Okay, then mark seam. Here I added the top also. I will take like this, right click, mark seam. I will take here, right click, mark seam. Okay, now I will select all, right click or not right click, hit U and unwrap. Okay, now you can see the top one also proper, this one, everything is proper. This is how the UV mapping is doing. You can see everything selected here, everything is proper. This is proper, this one. We got different islands right now. Okay, see, yeah, right now it is everything is proper. Sometime what will happen, the angles and all, for example these angles I will select. Okay, and I will grab it over like this I will do. Okay, small changes I will do like this. So the angles are not proper, some like it will unwrap, but the angles are not proper means what you can do, like you can do one more thing. If in some cases, like if you are not getting proper angle and all, at that time what you can do, you can select all. Okay, I'm selecting all, then you can do unwrap again, and you can see there is one option came here, unwrap. Okay, now it is based on angle based. Okay, angle based, and what you can do, instead of angle based you can click on conformal. Okay, so if you are doing conformal method, then it will make everything proper. Okay, so everything will be proper. If you are getting any angle based issue, you can go for conformal. Okay, and one more thing, you can see there is one thing called as margin. If you are giving margin, no, see we are getting margin, so the margin between the islands we are getting, so that is also possible. If you want, you can give the margin also, see like this. So yeah, now everything is ready. If you want to like confirm it, you can check each and every portion of your like the object, whether it is properly like added or not. For example, previously in this area we had like some issue, here also we had, and the top portion also we had the issue. Right now you can see all the grids are properly arranged. Okay, so this is done. And while you are doing UV mapping, you should make sure like the islands are not overlapping. For example, see this is island, one island. Okay, let me hit L so that it will select the entire island. Okay, now you can see this is the bottom one. Now sometime this will be like overlapped with some other islands also. This case also it will happen. Okay, so it will be overlapped with the other islands. This one it is overlapping. Okay, let me hit L. So grab, and it will be like this. So these cases and all, it should not come. Okay, basically these things, it should not be happen. That's why we are doing proper things. We are doing the seams and like unwrapping regularly, those things and all. So everything should be like this. So it should be like separate. Let me select one, and I will hit L, so that it will select all the island, and grab, and I will add here. Okay, so this is separate, these and all, it is separate right now. Now if you want to like confirm whether your overlapping, I mean your UV mapping, everything is correct. So in order to confirm it, what you can do, there is something called as this overlap. Okay, so this overlay, okay, sorry, not overlap, overlay option is there. What you can do, you can just click this one. Okay, then there is something called as display stretch, that you can click. So at that time you can see everything is blue color, means that is correct, like everything is not stretched, everything is proper. Okay, if the color is changing, then it indicates the mapping is not correct, somewhere it is stretched like that. Okay, for example, what is that stretching means? Let me select any point from here. Okay, grab, see, now the colors are changing, right? This means it is stretched. Okay, it is stretched. You can see this particular area I just selected, it is stretched. So this is not correct. So in order to know it, what you can do, overlay, there you have display stretch, you can check it. So if I make Control Z, see, now it is proper. Now here, what like if any vertex or anything, the angles are changing, means the color it will change. For example, here also the angles are changing, means it will give the colors here, the different color. Okay, so if I am grabbing near, then see, you can see the color is coming near to blue only. That means the angles are proper. Okay, so in order to know any angle differences and all, you can go here. Now there is one more thing. Right now we are checking the angles, everything is correct or not. And there is one more thing here only in display stretch. It is right now, it is selected angle. If you want to check whether the size is correct or not, so whatever size we added here for the UV mapping, right? For example, here and here, whatever that black size, okay, black check size, you can see everything is proper. Here it is correct, I mean the same are there or not. In order to check those sizes and all, then you can go for area. Okay, area you can select it. Now let me show you. For example, I will take this one. Okay, and I will go to angle itself, and let me increase the size like this. I increase it. At that time you can see at bottom it is increasing like this. So in angle is everything is correct. See, you can see entire thing is, it is showing blue itself. But if I go to area, right, so now you can see the color difference. Now it is telling like area wise it is not correct, because here we have small checks, but you have big checks here at the top. So that's why like this is not correct. Now in order to make it proper, what you can do, you can select that island itself, you can select one vertex, hit L. Okay, then make it smaller. At that time, see, the color changes is happening, and it will come to like almost blue. See, somewhere here it is blue. Now it is matching like that. And one more thing, see, if you are doing all together, then there is no issue. For example, now I was here in area only, I am selecting all. Okay, and I am increasing the size. At that time there is no issue, because everything has proper sizing, right? That is how it is. Like if everything is having, then there is no issue. Everything is like all together you are sizing, at that time no issue. But if you are selecting any particular thing and you are like increasing, at that time it will show the area difference. Okay, now if you want to like check it properly, like what you can do, see right now in our edit mode here, you can see that checks. So if you want to compare it with the real material, then that material image you can take it here. Okay, let me select this grid. So grid, what I created the image, right, that image I can select. At that time you can see here it is showing. Okay, so how exactly it is added, it is showing. So if you don't want this one, then you can uncheck. At that time it is showing properly which and all area it is accommodated, that it is showing. So like in some cases, like for example I am selecting this one, hit L, so I am selecting all this bottom one. If you make it smaller, you can see it is accommodating only these few checks. Okay, that is how it is. If you making again, see it is accommodating only 4 things, 1 2 3 4. So whenever you are doing UV mapping, you should make sure like in all the portion the mapping should be proper. Okay, so the sizes, angles, everything should be proper. This is a proper UV mapping thing. That is why we are using these grids while we are doing the UV mapping. Okay.